we are starting with my opening page. So I sketched and drew the cover page in a different doodling journal because I was doing it with Copic markers and I wanted to blend and make colors look good before I actually put it in my journal, and because Copic markers are notorious for bleeding, I did not want that going all over my journal. So I decided to do it in a different journal. It was very simple. I didn't want it to be very detailed or anything. I didn't want to waste too much time on it because I feel like if you waste a lot of time, it's not going to be worth it in the long run. And I had to cut and fit and paste it into the journal. The next thing I did was I moved on to my calendar. I was constantly checking back and forth between an actual calendar on my computer to make sure that I had the correct days in place and everything like that. Sorry you don't get to see very much of it. I was being kind of weird with how the camera was put. For some reason, I forgot where I put the camera. But I'm just drawing your simple monthly setup with about 5x5 squares as far as centimeters go, or the tiny squares that are in this journal. I have one of the Lois from 1917's dotted grid. I think they're like a half a centimeter per square or something like that. And then I started to add in the numbers. I didn't want it to be all that fancy, especially because I feel like if the notebook is too fancy, you just want to look at it, you don't actually want to use it. And I wanted something that was going to be usable. Next, I have my sleep log. I actually use this sleep log a lot. I find that tracking my sleep helps me to remember what I'm doing, when I'm going to sleep, how I'm sleeping, because that's really important, especially if you have anxiety like me. Your sleep is incredibly important. The next thing I started to do was set up my spending log page. I wanted to get in a better habit of tracking when I spend stuff and how much I spend, because I'm very bad at that. And while I was making this page, I forgot to put a date section, so I ended up adding it in, and it worked out really well. I was very much happy about that. It was kind of like I wanted to mess around with the fonts, but it didn't work. Then I started adding in some color, and yes, I am using Copic markers, but that's just because, some of them work. The next thing you're going to see me doing is I'm actually setting up my week. I had to go find something for some reason. So, as you can see, I kind of map out where everything is supposed to be beforehand with a pencil. Then I go back in with a Sharpie fine point liner that has a zero bleed. My head's kind of in the way. I like to work over whatever I'm doing, so that's part of it. What I'm doing right now is I'm making budgeting stuff, and then with my daily stuff, it's pretty simple. It's basically like an L shape with the name and date on the very top of it. It's actually pretty simple. I really like it, and it makes it really easy without having to put a whole bunch of time and effort. Now I moved on to my budgets. I really like to track a lot of things, but I found that if I have a monthly tracker, I never keep up with it. Here I am, just working on some of my calligraphy. I really wanted to show it off, but I kind of suck. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.